I want to say before I officially dive into it that I'm probably not going to cover a lot on 16x items just because making them itself is pretty much the same as making Minecraft swords. So if I find some good tutorials out there, I'll link them in the description. With that said, let's get into it. When starting items or even a texture pack at all, I always start with tools. So here are some tips on what you should do when you're first starting out on making 8x tools or any tools in general. Let's start with what for some people can easily make or break a pack. Sword. On screen right now are some shapes that you can use when trying to decide what to use for an 8x pack. On screen right now is also a version for 16x packs if you want some options for that too. Now remember, you don't have to make it perfect. If you need to, you can take one of my packs or somebody else's and basically just copy the textures but with different colors. It's something I did a lot when I was making my first packs. On screen right now is a selection of color palettes that you could use when making tools. If you don't know what a color palette is, it basically makes sure that all your weapons, tools, ores, and blocks all have the same colors and have nice blends to them. If you're just starting out, I would definitely recommend overlapping existing tools with colors from a color palette. All of these shape outlines and these color palettes will be in the description of this video. Also, with some tips on how to gradient and some shading patterns. For all 8x tools, it's basically just a repetitive process of choosing colors from a color palette and then putting them on the pack itself. You don't really need to worry about anything else for the tools. And if you want to get creative and try to change up something with the handle or anything else, feel free to. As for the rest of the items, just get creative. You don't really need to follow a specific guide, and for most of them, you can just change what they look like depending on what your theme for the pack is, or what kind of design you're looking for. One thing I will say is how you can make fireball into fireball blocks. Yes, there are two different textures that you need for fireballs. Don't ask me why, I have no idea. For 16x, I simply take an 8x portion of the fireball and then make that into an 8x block that I can use as the fireball block. But for 8x, I usually take the colors of the fireball itself, and then I follow this outline that I have here to make the fireball block itself. And as for the ice ball, I usually just take all the fireball textures that I have and then play around with some display settings to make them less saturated, and then I do negative on warmth so it looks more like ice, or in the case of monochrome 8x, I just left it unsaturated. Another thing you could just try doing if you're just starting out on pack making is try to find downloads of your favorite packs and take items that you like and put them in your own. Make sure to name them the right item though, otherwise they won't register. Thank you for watching. I really wanted to make this video, but I kept putting it off because like it seems like a lot of work, and it actually was, so yeah. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.